Hi, YouTube! I hope YouTube works now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm late. Technical issues. Hehe. Okay, YouTube stream seems to work now. Okay, we're good. Wonderful. Thank you for letting me know. I would not have realized I currently have 3 streams going on, because aside from like the normal Twitch and YouTube, I'm also streaming vertically on Twitch. Which, by the way, if anyone is watching on their phone on Twitch, you can let me know if the vertical works. Thank you so much for the resub, Mike! I really appreciate it, thank you! Yeah, no, I was setting up so much. So last minute. Vertical view is fine? Hell yeah! Okay. How are you guys liking this model? Like, because I haven't shown much. I mean, I assume a lot of you have probably already seen the showcase video that I posted on YouTube a few days ago on Tuesday. But you know, now you get to see it in action. You get to see the lip sync and stuff. Damn, that sure is purple. That sure is purple, am I right? Looking at this stream, can you guys guess my favorite color? Oh my god. The very, very sharp teeth is something I didn't notice on the video preview. Yeah. And I have, like, very visible fangs now. Don't piss me off, I'll bite you. Nuclear green. Okay. God, my, mic is... I need to fix my mic arm eventually. I need to fix a lot of things. I haven't streamed in ages, but here's the thing. I want to come back to regular streaming. Realistically, what's gonna happen is for the next 2 weeks, I'll do, some random streams, not properly scheduled. And then I'm going on vacation. And then when I come back from vacation, so in November, is when I plan to go back to actual regular scheduled streaming, like I used to. Hitomi is back! Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Do not feed the Tommy, she bite. No, if you don't feed me, then I'll bite you. Wouldn't you rather I bite the food instead of your arm? Oh yeah, one of my favorite things in this model, because it's only visible because I have, lipstick, right? So I have, you see that I have lips. Because a lot of VTuber models, or just anime characters, they just have the lines for the mouth, right? But I have the lipstick, so you can actually see if I, pull my lips inside. And I can do the white people smile. I just said November is a while from now. No, wait, it's already October. No, same. I was like, wow, November is so far away. But then I'm like, no, I'm just gonna stream for a week and a half. Then I'm gonna go for a 2-week vacation. And then it's Hitomi time. That is crazy. The hair is so bouncy and pressed. Thank you. Look at all of this. Whoa. 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 The ponytails are not fully done, so they might be a little bit wonky at times, but I'm really proud of the bangs. Because there's so many layers. It is so cool. Wing. That was so much work. I think it was worth it. I'm also because, I participated with this model in the Live City Awards this year, and I I mean, I'm trying to not get my hopes up, right? But I want to say that my chances have increased significantly because of the rule that they introduced last year, where you cannot submit work that you were paid for. So people no longer can like submit fancy commissions that they were just commissioned to rig, and the competition has become less fierce because of that. But you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, you know? Results are in December. So now I just have to try not to think about it for, 2.5 months until the results are out. I think on the 19th of December? Is that when the event is? Because they announced it on their conference in Japan. I believe in the purple. Thank you! Yeah. So I showed you guys, like, all the tracking, I think. Well, no, you haven't seen this. And I can move the mouth sideways, right? Yeah. And my nose like appears, it gains shape when I look sideways, because here it's just a line. It's a nose that has shape. A line, a nose that has shape. Okay, but I can show you guys some, like, toggles, because I've shown some on the video, but I didn't show all of them, because I thought that not all of them are really, like... I mainly showed the toggles on the video that actually required some sort of rigging, and weren't just, like, a thing that you just put on. So... what do I have? I mean, you guys have all seen this. If you've seen the video. Oh. I have a mask. And you can, like, I still talk and you can see the jaw moving. Isn't this sexy? Isn't this, like, super sexy? Also, like, just... So here's the thing. When I asked my artist to, like... Oh, like, because this was such a last-minute addition where I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I had a face mask? And I thought that they would just do, like, a very simple black cloth mask that would be, like, 2 or 3 layers. But this is so detailed. Like, wait, let me zoom in. Like, look at the details. The texture... I worry that maybe on, like, Twitch and YouTube, it might be getting compressed. You might not be able to see everything. But, like, this looks so good, you know? Like, and then also, like, when I move up and down, it actually, like, changes perspective. Isn't that cool? Isn't that super cool? What size was I? I think I was this size. But yeah, obviously I can take the glasses off, right? So you can see my beautiful eyes. What else can I give you guys? I can be so blushy. I'm so red. What did you say to make Hitomi blush this much? I'm sorry, I'm being very stupid. What else? You guys have seen... Okay, I guess I can take off the glasses and show you guys the eyes better. Let's go back to zooming in. I'm so big. First of all, look at the details in the eyes. And like the makeup. Hello? Eyeliner? Also just the fact that like, do you know how difficult it was to rig so that the lashes are black when they're open and purple when they're closed? And to have that transition work seamlessly. But look at the eyes and like everything is so jiggly and pretty. Haha. But yeah, but I have a few toggles for the eyes. So some of them you've seen. So you've seen these. Where you have sparkles in the eyes. They do like jiggle a little. And then the sparkles also like appear in the side of the face, but you didn't see it in the video because it was so zoomed in. And then please give me your credit card information. Please. Please. And then I also have a they light up. The hearts light up. Because you can see that I do have hard eyes normally. But I can be they can light up. And it's a really nice transition when they light up too. I love... Isn't it like a little bit self-centered if I'm like, oh, it's a really nice transition. Bitch, you made it. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I have this, which shows, I don't even know how to like intro this. Just look. This is how I feel. Except now I realize I forgot to rig them with the bling, so the shadow just kind of stays there and it looks a little bit weird. He told me after work and no yaoi to read. This is how I look after a whole work day when I wasn't allowed to read any yaoi. This is the exact look. Okay. What else do I have? Oh. This is how I look after 2 days of no yaoi. I like the little transition where they like appear. Once again, I like the transition. Bitch, you made it. And of course you like it. Did I show everything? Oh, I also had this. When I'm like really done with chat's shit, it's just... And then I have little like... I can zoom out for that. Let's go back. Oh, I zoomed out to the... Ah! Scuff. Scuff. I I have a few, like, just like stickers, you call them. So first of all, it can be angry. By the way, I posted this on Twitter, and I don't know if it's like super visible when I'm just like talking and zoomed out. But when I like get angry, my eyes become less bright. They darken. I don't know how noticeable that is. It's so subtle. And then I have a few that I found it funny that Mayor prepared 3 of them. Because we got... What the fuck? We got... Huh? But then we got also... For some reason, I have free versions. Thank you, Meru. Oh, this is for the thumbnails. This is for the YouTube clickbait thumbnails where I just go. God, okay, I need a drink. Okay, it hasn't even been half an hour, and I think I yapped about everything. What do people do on debuts? I can't really introduce myself. You guys know me. Or is there someone new? Is there someone who doesn't know who I am? Is there someone who hasn't heard of the purple VTuber? There is someone new! Hi, Malika! Welcome! Okay, just for you, I'll introduce myself. I'm Hitomi Hoshino. I'm a chaotic purple, even more purple as of now VTuber. As I was saying earlier, look at the stream and guess what my favorite color is. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the galaxy. Hope you enjoy it here. I sing, I yap, I really like boys love comics. You'll hear me talk about that a lot. What else do I like? I like visual novels, I like RPGs, rhythm games, and singing once again. I sing a lot. And there's like a long-running joke that I really like mayonnaise, and I mean, it's not really a joke. I don't eat it as much as I used to. I still like it. I still think that vegan garlic mayonnaise is the best mayonnaise that exists. But I do admit, I eat it a bit less than when the joke started. Joke, running gag. I love the vibes here, hell yeah! I'm happy to hear that. My vibes of just yapping. Mayo Queen, thank you. See, you already know what's going on. You already got it all figured out. Oh my god. Oh yeah, also, yeah, I didn't yap about it. You see the little... The star that, like, the hair goes through, do you know how much finicking that took? First of all, to make the star look 3D, because it has, like... Let's zoom in again and appreciate it. Because when am I gonna do it if not on my debut? Like, you see that when I turn, it looks 3D, right? Because you see a different side of it when my head turns. And also, at the same time, hair goes through it. That took so much work. That took so much work. It looks really good, thank you! Yeah, I'm very proud of it. Also, my hair might not, like, move super much compared to some, like, super flowy rigs, but it's because I consider the fact that Well, I have hairpins on both sides, so the hair shouldn't move that much around the hairpin and above it because it's pinned down, right? Because it bothers me a lot when people like don't consider things like that when rigging. So you see that since there's hairpins here, like the hair only here on the side only moves like at the bottom. By the way, appreciate like the detail on those hairpins as well and all the lights. There's hundreds of hours put into this model. Oh my god. And I'm glad I can finally use it. Adding that title to the list of titles for the purple. What does the list already entail? Do you keep a list, Matt? Oh. Oh yeah, another thing about me, I crack my bones a lot. You will hear bone cracking ASMR quite a bit. Oh. What can I tell you guys? I learned how to buy on Taobao, so like the main Chinese shopping website. And I'm happy about it. My bank account, not super delighted. The problem is that prices in China are, if you like recalculate it to like dollars and compare it to like American prices, well, the living the cost of living and everything in China is lower when converted to dollars. So a lot of this merch is also cheaper. But the problem is that, like, you know, you buy it and you only see the cost of the merch, but you don't see the cost of the shipping to another continent. And then that might hurt a bit. However, no, I bought so much and I'm just waiting for it all to arrive. There's one package on the way, but there's a lot of merch I ordered that is like pre-sale for November and December. So I'm probably gonna get like a late Christmas present and I'm gonna be, oh, I literally might need to buy a new bookshelf just to be able to fit it all. Also, I might have actually mostly bought series that I haven't even started reading. Ones that I plan to read, but have not. The art bait is too strong. I'm sorry. Bravo to both Tommy and the artist for making this model so beautiful looking. Oh, wait. I'll like screenshot that message and send it to Meru. Because Meru keeps on being like, oh, what if it actually looks horrible and everyone hates it? And I'm like, do you have eyes? What did you buy? I want a haul. Oh my god. No, I can't even get through everything I bought because there's so much. And like everything is a separate listing and like, but cause for those who don't know, around like half a year ago, yeah, 5 months ago, I got really into danmei. Danmei being Chinese BL novels, right? So Chinese novels about men loving men. I got really into it. And also just generally more into BL. Like I always liked BL, but I think it's also because I haven't been streaming that I spent way more time reading. Also, work was a little bit slower, so I could spend more time reading at work. And essentially, my summer was largely just reading BL. More than you have known me for before. Yes, I could have done more. Isn't that crazy? So... Fujo. Yeah, and I'm proud of it. EP for more books collecting dust. Metal, how dare you? Just because you're right doesn't mean you have to say it. But yeah, so what did I buy? yeah, because I got into Dame, so I bought a lot of merchandise from different Dame series, but also the reason why I actually like even learned how to buy from Taobao was because I was reading this Chinese BL manhua, so a comic that is not based on any novel, and I got really, really into it, and I saw this new merge that went up on pre-sale, and I was like, wait, that looks so good, I want it. So then I went and learned how to order from China, and I ordered so much merch from this one series. And I'm so excited for all of it to arrive, because a lot of it is like December pre-sale, so I'm not gonna get it until December or January. Ugh. Do the new series have a weak, pathetic dude in the story? Next question! I hate it here. Stop knowing me. It's not as pathetic, but like I do have a type. I do have a type. Thank you so much for the follow, Solus Plum. Welcome to the galaxy. Hope you enjoyed here. How's your weekend going? But yeah, so I bought a lot, and so here's the thing, like, that series is so good. It's so fucking good, and I don't know how to talk about it without spoiling it. Oh yeah, also another thing, I did talk about it in the Discord, because you guys might remember, like, months back, I talked about discovering this one Chinese comic where there's like a snake man and he looks super hot, and I was like screaming and dying. So it's actually getting a physical release. It went up for pre-sale a few weeks ago, and I managed to get it because I found out about it like a few days late, but I managed to still get like one of the last copies that had like additional freebies. So, you know, I'm paying the same, but I'm getting more merchandise with it. I'm so excited! I'm so excited! The return of the Snake Man Yaoi. Bold of you to think that it ever left. The only sad thing that was that like I wanted more merch, but the only other official merch of the Snake Man Yaoi was like a can badge gacha, like blind boxes, and I don't really like getting blind boxes if it's not like there's like a 90% chance that I'll be happy with it. Alright, like if there's a lot of options where I would be like, no, this sucks, then I don't really get it. So I end up, and I usually like I'm not big on badges. Though today I found out that in China on Taobao you can actually get like these special how would I call them? Like display racks specifically for badges. So it's like a clear like plastic with like slots for badges in a specific size. And that's great. Another thing that I was really surprised with is, and also like why I ended up buying badges, because here's the thing, I don't feel comfortable putting the badges on like my bag or anything because I'm scared it would fall off. And I don't have any, I only have one Ita bag. So, you know, like the bags that are made to showcase the merch, and it is dedicated to a specific character, so I can't put it on there. I might get a new bag eventually. Okay, I'm kind of like changing the topic, but my point was that apparently in China, when you get like badges, like merch that is a badge, and it's not a blind box, but it's like you're ordering like a specific badge, they actually come in packaging that is already made to display it. So it's like a cardboard box with like a circle or a square cut out so you can see the badge without taking it out of the box. And I've never actually seen that. I haven't seen other countries do that, and I thought that was really, really cool. That like you can just display it in the packaging, because like usually like badges like have the issue that you don't want to put them on your bag, but there's not really a good way to like display them because it's like you can't attach them in any way. So the fact that you can just keep them in the box and display them that way, I was like, this is perfect. I probably will still have to buy like more display cases or like just ways to display merchandise because I'm buying so much and I don't really have space. I saw one that like what I saw that is like pretty popular. I was thinking of buying is IKEA has these like pegboards, and then you can like attach different things on them to be able to just showcase things on the pegboard. And I gotta figure that out because that might be a good idea. Hi, Darku! Sorry, I needed to finish my yapping before I said hi. Hi! But yeah, oh yeah, also another thing that I bought a lot. So I found out that in China, I don't really get the like copyright law in China in regards to this, because what I found out is that whenever you get like when a web novel gets published physically in China, so it gets a physical release, every bookstore or like major bookstore will, aside from the actual book and any official merch inclusions for that book, will also make their own merchandise, which is usually licensed fan art, and it's not considered official merchandise because it's licensed fan art. But they do upcharge for it, so it's not a freebie. But it's also way cheaper compared to official merchandise. And I basically do not really get how that works licensing wise. But it does mean that I can get a whole box of merch for $17, including the books. So like, I'll take it. I'll be confused, but I'll take it. I'm gonna like, once it arrives, I'm gonna show you guys all of it. God, literally like, one series had their, like, last week it went out like, on pre-sale, like the physical edition of it. The Chinese physical edition with all of the merch and stuff. And this series has so much beautiful art that I couldn't decide which book, because, you know, every bookstore licenses different art and has a deal with a different fan artist, and they have different of these like gifts and freebies. I couldn't decide on just one, so I ended up buying 2 different sets. Which, reminder, have not started reading this book series. But it was so pretty and so cheap that I couldn't resist. Ay. Oh yeah, another thing, I mean, for those who follow me on Twitter, you might have seen it. I actually was surprised that it didn't get as much attention as I thought it would. I saw Michelle Obama last month in person. She was like 15 meters away from me. Isn't that insane? There's a tweet. There's photo proof. It was honestly wonderful to be able to like hear her talk, because I think she's such a great person, a great role model. But yeah, Michelle Obama was in the same room as a VTuber. How does that make you guys feel? It was so... life is crazy sometimes, you know? VTubers don't know how many VTubers are in the same room as VTubers. That's so true. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me also link that in YouTube chat. I'm sorry, YouTube chat. I forgot about you. But yeah, I actually have never met a VTuber in real life. At least not that I know of. Well, like, okay, that's kind of a lie. There's one person I met online who happened to be in the same city at the same time. So we met IRL, and that's the one VTuber I met IRL. But aside from that, no one. And I've never had, like, that I met someone, like, our first meeting was in real life without us knowing that, like, we're VTubers, you know? It freaks me out, the idea that there could be, like, a colleague who's, like, who is a VTuber. Like, if anyone from my work somehow stumbles on these streams, just pretend you haven't seen anything. I want to say that I have, like, the little bit of, like, a safety buffer because I stream in English, whereas obviously I work in Polish, so I sound a little bit different, and that gives me that safety net that maybe I'm not as obviously recognizable. Personality-wise, you would not be able to tell, because it's not like anyone at work would think that I'm just reading gay comics. I mean, there's probably... So here's the thing, because as I said, I read a lot at work. I really, really wonder if anyone has ever if anyone has ever seen, like, just gay porn on my phone, but just decided not to comment. Because no one ever mentioned it to me, right? But I wonder if anyone ever noticed. Because I can't say that, like, I've never, like, read a sex scene in a comic at my desk. I have. I just try to only do that if there's no one sitting right next to me. But if someone walks by and I don't notice fast enough, yeah, like, I'm open to the idea that there is someone at work who has seen a penis on my phone. Now that I think about it, what freaks me out is that the CEO sometimes walks by my desk, and God forbid I ever, like, not notice that he's walking by and he sees gay porn on my phone. That man doesn't know me. I don't know if he recognizes me. He for sure doesn't know me by name, but he will learn my name just to fire me after that. Let's not push our luck, you know? In the back of Hitomi's head, there is a voice telling her, maybe one of them knows. They don't say nothing, but they know. Oh god. In like a very sad commentary, I think I would know though, because a lot of the people that, like, I work with on a daily basis are quite homophobic. So I feel like they would have been vocal about it, unless they just, like, saw porn and didn't realize that it's two men. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes gotta be careful what I talk about at work because of that. Moving right on, you know? What else can I tell you guys? Oh, yeah, moving right on. This one song has, like, Doomer by Tokyo Manaka featuring Kasa no Taito. stuck in my head. Was literally blasting on repeat in my headphones at work. So good. I need to be the one to ask it. What yaoi have you read Hitomi since the last time you streamed? Okay, this is gonna be a longer thing, so I'll give some context as to why it's gonna be a longer thing. Roughly a week ago, Manga Planet announced that they're shutting down. Manga Planet has previously merged with Futakiya, which is a BL brand, which is now essentially their BL branch, but it used to be their own BL company that was basically publishing BL digitally in English. So yeah, they're shutting down, which is very sad because they have over 3,000 titles available in their library. A lot of them are never gonna be like, no one ever is gonna pick them up, right? They have like, I believe 10 titles in print, but there's still 3,000 titles that are just gonna be gone when they shut down. So I signed up for their subscription and have been trying to read as much as I can off the stuff that is available with subscription. I haven't gotten to like the stuff where you actually have to pay to buy the chapter, but I've been at least getting through, because there's a lot of stuff you can read with a subscription. So I've been trying to do that, also partially because I want to make like a little recommendation post on Twitter later, so that other people can maybe look at my list of like, oh hey, here's a list of like comics that likely will not be available legally in a few months ever again. So, you know, buy the $2 pass and just binge them, because you can buy like, for $2 you can buy like a 1 week access, or for $7 you can buy a month. So with the amount of titles, because there's like a few hundred titles that you can read with the subscription without paying anything extra, it's pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, they're shutting down because like they cited payment processor issues and the changing online landscape, which they didn't clarify what the changing online landscape means, but I do think that it might, at least part of it, be the fact that like there's those new laws in the EU and in the US soon as well, where they're like forcing age verification, and in the UK, right? Because I think it started with the UK, where they're forcing age verification online for any 18 plus content. I'm not gonna go into like a whole rant about how I feel about it. Censorship bad. I think that's obvious. I would hope that's obvious. Censorship is bad. Any kind of censorship. And even if you don't like specific themes, if you allow censorship of what you think is immoral, the next step is they're gonna censor other stuff as well. There's no such thing as very selective censorship. It's just they start by convincing you that, yeah, this thing is bad, let's censor that. And then soon, you will have zero porn on the internet. But yeah. I'm not gonna go into like a whole rant here, but if anyone is interested more about like why censorship bad and why the fact that suddenly we're forcing age verification on people is bad, hit me up in the Discord later. I can send like a few like links or YouTube videos. Obviously another issue with the age verification is that, well, you gotta a lot of these sites ask you to show your ID, and you don't necessarily want a photo of your ID to be in someone's database, right? Like, I would prefer no scans anywhere. Aside from maybe like my bang. Okay. Base take, thank you. Because also, like, I haven't done the verification check on Twitter, like the age verification check on Twitter. I've been just using a VPN, but lately even that doesn't work. Like, me VPNing to another country no longer works to let me see the sensitive media is what they call it. It's very problematic. Because obviously it's not just about porn, it's also that, like, this is essentially, like, they're gonna censor any, like, conversation about a war, because it's violence, right? You're not gonna know about terrorism, you're not gonna know about any of this under the blanket term that, like, oh, you need age verification to talk about violence. Right? That's not good. You're literally gonna get, your news is gonna get censored. Do I have to say that that's not good? Hey. Yeah, okay, let's move on. But if anyone, like, wants to know more, if you feel like you want to be educated more, obviously you can Google, but you can also hit me up in the Discord after, and I can probably send a few resources. There was, I think, like, I remember watching a very nice video essay about, like, why allowing one kind of censorship is just opening Pandora's box. They'll come for violent video games next, and then, like you said, it'll come for discussion of current events. Yep. Moving on, because I was gonna go back, talking about, like, yeah. Also, literally, like, fuck payment processors. Like, why is MasterCard deciding if what kind of porn, or if I can see porn on the internet? Oh my god, why is this the first sentence? I get rated and this is what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. Hi, Ambrose! Thank you so much for the raid on YouTube. I really appreciate it. We were having a little bit of a discussion regarding censorship and stuff, so that's why we were talking about that. Sorry, yeah, we were talking because we're talking about, like, digital manga platform shutting down due to like payment processor issues, because, you know, Visa and MasterCard want to decide what you are allowed to buy with your own money. That's the TLDR. Anyway, hi! I'm Hitomi Hoshino. I'm a chaotic purple VTuber, and today I'm debuting a new model! Look at me go! I'm so purple. Can you tell what my favorite color is? It's so subtle. There's, like, barely any of it on the stream. But yeah, hi! How is your stream, Ambrose? Congrats on a new model, thank you! It's not even, like, fully done. Like, I rigged the, because I rigged it myself, right? And I did the head, and then I didn't do the body fully yet. But I was like, if I wait till actually all of it is ready before starting to use it, I'm gonna debut in, like, 10 years. So, also, how often do you see on, like, VTuber streams more than this much? Usually it's just a bust up. Who cares if I have legs, right? New model rocks. You look so cool. Thank you. I'm really happy to hear that. Yeah, I'm really like proud of all the hair though. Look at all of that. Woohoo! Woo! Oh my god. I need to stretch. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry for the moan. My spine just felt so good. I cracked so many places at once. Oh yeah, another thing you need to know about me if you're new here, I crack my bones a lot. And I'm also really obsessed with singing. And I really like BL. Those are probably my main points. That's the that's the introduction you get. Okay, yeah, so what were we talking about? Yeah, Manga Planet is shutting down, and I'm very sad about it. I got their subscription to read some of the stuff before it shuts down. I'm probably, because it shuts down in like half a year, but, you know, I just wanted to get on it, and I'll probably like buy a weekly pass closer to the end of the platform, in case there's like any new titles that they add to the subscription. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know how that's gonna look like. So going back to the original question of what have I read since I last streamed? Wait, when exactly was my last stream? Let me check the date. June 30. Oh my god. This is streamed in over 2 months. No, it was longer, right? No, because that's... Wait, no. That's YouTube. But I streamed on Twitch. I streamed on Twitch earlier, right? I totally did. September 7th. Yeah, a month ago. Yeah. It was like 3 months ago on YouTube, but 2.5 months ago on YouTube, but less than a month on Twitch. Yeah, so what has Hitomi read since that time? From Danmei, I've been reading the same stuff. I haven't finished anything, haven't started anything new. I'm very slowly getting through stuff. I read a lot of comics though. So, from comics, from new stuff, there's a new comic called Give Me a Cub if you don't want me to go crazy. And it's essentially the premise is that the MC is like one of the last animal hybrids left in the world. And he really wants to continue like the species, I guess, and the lineage of his family. So he goes in, and he lives in like a little village, but he goes to big city to like find a human partner that will be suitable. And so he like starts like going to bars and sort of judges people based on like their looks and their charisma and their vibes. The great thing about this is that for some reason he thinks that he's gonna impregnate the human. And he doesn't have this sort of like thought process that male humans cannot usually get pregnant, and that it will be the human impregnating him because he has the anatomy, humans don't. So I'm waiting for the scene when he realizes that. But it's fun, it's very cute. The kid with that attitude, keep on pegging that femboy. Eventually he'll get pregnant. Jesus Christ. Okay, the next thing I've been reading, I don't remember if I talked about this or not, because I know I discovered it around the time that my last stream happened. It's called Guide Hunting. It's a Chinese original manhwa. It's very interesting because it has there's so many, like the setting is that it is a Shanxia world. So you know the like Chinese cultivation, ancient China vibes. But then it's also Guideverse. Which I explained guideverse before, where like, you know, you have like guides who can okay, so you have sentinels who have supernatural powers and save the world, but if they use those powers, like bad energy accumulates inside of them, so they need guides who through physical intimacy can relieve that dark energy. Yeah, and obviously the more intimate the intimacy, the more effective. However, so we have guideverse in ancient China with cultivation, and we have a guide who's a fox spirit and a sentinel who's a butterfly spirit. Like, there's so much going on in the setting itself, and also the art style is so fucking beautiful that I'm so desperate that I literally read this in Chinese with Google Translate on my phone. Desperate times call for desperate measures, you know? Cultivation, the Chinese equivalent to isekai. No. The Chinese equivalent to isekai would be transmigration. You usually use the term transmigration. I don't remember the actual Chinese word for it. Cultivation is separate. You can have cultivation novels that do not feature transmigration. Because the idea of transmigrating into a cultivation world is that first there were stories with cultivation, so that later on there could be stories about someone from the modern world transmigrating into a cultivation story, right? By which I mean it's widespread and of extremely varying quality, and it's the same concept. Well, I mean, you can kind of say that about like any genre. Like, because in the end, it's just like a very popular trope. So whenever something is popular, there's gonna be a lot of slop, and there's gonna be a lot of interesting good stuff, right? Okay. What else has Hitomi started reading or read? Succumbing to the Enemy's Lure, Korean manhwa. Very interesting. So it's in ancient times. The MC is a prince, their brother is the emperor, and they have like some other regent prince that is a dick, and the MC hates him, which, of course, if you wanna have some sort of revenge on a man you hate, the obvious thing to do that our MC does is he cross-dresses, poses as a woman, and tries to seduce the other man. Don't ask me what his plan was. Really good art style, though. Really good art style. What else has Hitomi read? I keep like a whole list of like stuff that I've read and I'm reading so that other people can see it. So, but it doesn't have like dates when I started what, so I have to sort of like go through everything. I read a really good incest story. I usually don't read incest at all, but once in a while there's like a masterpiece, and then I put my morals away to appreciate a masterpiece, you know? I'm not gonna say more about that. Moving on! Oh yeah! Okay, who in chat knows Wotakoi? Oh, like, what's the like English title for it? Love is hard for otaku? Or, you know, Wotaku ni koi wa muzukashii? And I felt like being no, that's fair. There has only ever in my whole life, I think I've only read like 2 incest tropes that I genuinely didn't gag at while reading, so Okay, so Wotakoi, right? Very, very known, romantic comedy from a few years back. Very good, very funny. I found out by accident that the offer... I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I always, based on Wotakoi, suspected that the offer is a fujoshi, right? But they, like, publish a lot of really, really kinky BL porn. And I was really surprised. And I found this out because I read this one really sexy Omegaverse BL. And I wanted to see more work by the same person. So I went to their manga updates page to see their other work, and I was like, wait, why is Wotakoi here? Why is Wotakoi here? You know? Like, I expected they were a Fujo, but I didn't expect that they have a whole career. Like, they posted like published like a dozen BLs, and they're good! They're genuinely so good! So I've read 3 stories by them so far. I've read A Lying Omega's Guide to Being Bitten, which is the sexy Omegaverse story. I don't think I need to explain what Omegaverse is. I've read Sir, It's Time for You to Kneel. That title feels embarrassing to like say. However, that was my first Dom subverse story, because, you know, we always need to have a new verse. So now there's also Dom subverse, where you have people who are Doms and people who are subs, but it's not as easy as just like, oh yeah, we're into BDSM. No, the Doms can issue commands that the sub is forced to follow. And that's a whole thing. They usually also still have the pheromones thing going on from Omegaverse. What else about it? It's really my fault for having ears. You're welcome. What was the third one I read? Oh, the third one is called The Passionate Stan Becomes Friends with Benefits with His Idol. And it's literally someone who becomes a fan of a J-pop idol to the point that he becomes a famous idol himself to be able to get closer to him. And then they end up fucking. That's the story. That's the story. It's really cute though. I really liked it. I rated it 10 out of 10. I have to say, the more I read these stories, the more I realize just how weak I am to the trope of like, oh yeah, we actually met once as children, but you don't remember. But I've always remembered. And then when that's shown in the story, like, I don't know, like, it's such a good trope. I can't explain it, but I always like tear up when there's like a flashback to like, oh yeah, we actually met 15 years ago and you like, I don't know, helped me as a kid. Like, I don't know. Why do you hate that trope? Let's discuss. And I want to clarify, I don't mean the childhood friend trope. I mean, we had a 15-minute interaction once 10 years ago. You don't remember it, I do. That's the specific of it. Because childhood friends, I mean, friends to lovers can be cute as well, but I'm not, like, obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the, like, specifically with the, no, we were strangers, but we happened to have one wholesome interaction when we were, like, 11, and that stayed with me, but I didn't realize that you're the same person, right? Yeah. What else? I read this amazing short story collection. And here's the thing. I always, like, I never thought that I could ever find a short story collection. So in this case, it's a 1-volume manga where each story is 1 or 2 chapters long. I never thought that I could find a short story collection that I would rate it 10 out of 10. But I did. I was surprised. It's called Color Collection. And it's a very nice... The reason I like it is because all of those stories are actually interconnected. So it's different relationships between people all going to the same art school. So you have cameos between the stories, but also, like, there's an epilogue, I can speak, where they all sort of get together, right? And they all know each other. It was very nice. The art style is very nice. The stories were very cute. And despite all of them being, like, 1 or 2 chapters long, they actually were pretty, like, like, it didn't feel, like, super rushed. But it wasn't like, oh, nothing happened. It wasn't super rushed. It was very, very well written within the constraints of those, like, 1-2 chapters. And I really, really liked it. And also just the fact that it's, like, a short story collection, but the short stories are connected with each other. Which usually doesn't happen. Or there's maybe just, like, a common trope, but they're not... But it's not the same as, like, oh, all of these people actually know each other more or less. So I found that really, really nice. What else have I read since last stream? This is a problem where, like, I don't remember which stuff I've read that recently. Which stuff I read, like, 2 months ago. There's a few I read that I didn't really like that much, I guess. Like, there was one thing that was so... It's considered a classic in, like, BL circles. But I read it, and it's a 1-volume manga, and I suffered 3 chapters, and I dropped it, and I couldn't even make myself finish the fucking volume, because I hated it so much. I don't understand why it's considered a fucking classic. I can only guess that's because it's one of, like, older positions that have cross-dressing. In, like, a non-sexual way, but in, like, a gender expression way. Which, like, that part, cool. But the other dude, the non-cross-dresser, is infuriating, and I would choke him if I could. So, it was a painful read. Which one was it? It's called Wait For Me at Udagawacho. Or Udagawacho Mattete yo. I couldn't. Quick question, are there any video games you want to play or still no? I want to try going back to video games slowly, because I admit I haven't really been playing. But I want to go back. I think. Okay, this doesn't have to be a secret. It was gonna be like a nice Twitter post, but I guess I could just say it. Koei Tecmo sent me the new Atelier game. Shout out Koei Tecmo Europe. You're based. So I was gonna play that on stream next week and check that out. I know it came out like 2 weeks ago and I'll be late, but I needed to finish this model first, and then needed to have some time after I submitted the model, like Life 2D awards at 2:30 a.m. and then was not able to catch up on sleep for like 2 or 3 days, and I was dying. So I'll have time this week. And I might, I wanted to continue the visual novel that we were playing, Chaos Head. What other... I don't remember what else I was streaming recently, well, like before I took a break. I'm like going back. Oh yeah, I guess it would be nice to like continue Expedition 33. I've been spoiled so much on Twitter. Hi Jacon, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Your rigging got better. Thank you. Yeah. Lots of practice. Well, you know, like I also like this model, like the artwork itself is also way more complex, so there's more things you could do with it. I watch people play 10, 30-year-old games. I think people will define it as it's a few weeks old. I guess I just like whenever it's like a new major release, I feel like if I don't play it right when it releases, like I'm late. No, you were spoiling 33 a little bit. Not like enough to fully be able to like tell what the story is, but like just like a little bit tidbits here and there. Yeah, it's sad. I really dislike spoilers. I know some people don't mind it, but for me, it like really kills the enjoyment. So I also recently got, one of my homies was like tweeting about Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. And I get that it's their personal account, I can tweet whatever, but like, I got heavily spoiled because I'm only like 110 chapters in. And that was sad too. Ooh.
Who this new purple lady hits her?
Hi Hito! Thank you so much for the resub, I really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, how are you doing? Still we're going for the story. I probably, eventually, maybe, will. Maybe. As I said, like, I don't... I stopped playing games. I focus so much on reading nowadays. So if I'm gonna be playing games, it's probably just gonna be on stream. I don't know. I need more time. I need more free time to be able to do everything that I want to do. I want to read. I want to play games. I want to watch stuff, but I also want to have time to just mindlessly scroll Twitter and Discord. But there's also time that I need to put to have, like, to work my job, and then also to do my commissions so I can get a little bit extra money to spend on BL. The problem with spoilers is you don't know it's a spoiler until it's delayed. Just by the way, spoilers for X chapter 2 Y would be nice to know. Yeah, I mean, just like, I would already appreciate if they just like said spoilers for this title, because then if it's like something that I haven't finished, then I know to not continue reading. But Hi, Bengus! Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Yeah. Hey, spoilers! But you know, I know I can't like blame someone for just like wanting to tweet about whatever they want to tweet about on their own account. What bothers me on that topic is like, I'm in this Discord server that has a spoilers channel, but it's like the server is not dedicated to any specific series, so it has a generic spoilers channel. And it's like, if you tag, even if you like spoiler tag the image, if you don't mention what series the spoiler is for, how does that help? Like, do you want me to literally not click anything in case it's something I haven't read or seen yet? Why wouldn't you say spoilers for this? Hey. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just whiny. Thank you for the pat. Hi, Mai. Oh, what's this picture? Oh, I am reading that. That's so real. That's so real. Oh yeah, I'm continuing this Dame right now. Cause I read quite a bit, but it's very long. It has a little bit over 300 chapters of like web novel chapters. So like, I don't know, that's like, I think it's like 3,000 pages or something. It makes me so happy. Do you ever just have a novel where it's just like bliss? I think part of it is that it's one of those rare dame novels that are, especially like action-focused dame novels, or like maybe not action, but like novels that aren't focused directly on the romance aspect, but the characters get together in the first half of the story. Crazy. Because for those who haven't read Dame, you can kind of get used to like, if it's a Dame that isn't 100% focused on romance, you can sort of expect that they're gonna have their first kiss 90% into the story. It isn't always bad, but there's a reason why I end up reading a lot of fan fiction. I like the romance aspect. Yeah, plot, whatever. I want them to be in a happy, established relationship. That's also why I'm not able to ever read romance manga, or like the specifically like the long-running series. Because the reason that they're long-running is because they're not dating for the first 15 volumes of it. Someone tweeted recently that Call Me Can't Communicate is releasing its 37th volume. I was like, ain't no... Did she learn to talk? Why is that shit so long? My day's been pretty good. Finally got a Costco membership card, so we're good for a long time. Hell yeah! No, I get that. Hell yeah, God. We don't have Costco here. I've been to Costco once in Canada. It was a wonderful experience. I want to go to Costco again. This is the, like, European American dream. I want to go to Costco. What else has Hitomi been reading? What else has Hitomi been reading? Oh yeah, I forgot. Fuck. I didn't read it yet. There's a comic that I really, really, really like that finished 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. And it just came back for a side story. Ah! Ah! I forgot, like the first chapter of the side story came out today and I forgot to read it. Fuck. I'll do that after stream, but I'm like, I never thought it would come back. And I'm so obsessed with it. I like it so much. I'm buying, like, because next month the first volume of like the physical English release is coming out, and I'm gonna be collecting the physical release as well because I like it so much. Because usually I don't really buy physical releases of things I have read before unless I'm like super in love with it. Because I'm also not really like a rereading person. I don't really like rewatch or reread things. Or replay things. I don't really enjoy the same media twice. Is the bolt toggle gone? Yeah, we don't have a bolt toggle on this. We eventually probably will. I just haven't rigged it. Because it wasn't priority for the awards, you know? We'll have it in the future. We lost steppies because I don't have legs. Do you guys want to see how the rest of my body looks like? You guys want to see? Let me do this. How do I look? I guess you see a little bit. I guess you see my tits a little. So I did show a little bit more. Thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. I worked really hard on rigging that. Can't wait for Work in Progress 2 to drop. There's still so much to be done on this model. Also, it's funny because I've never actually like even shown the full outfit. So most people don't even know what clothes I'll be wearing. Maybe I won't have clothes. Maybe I'll just get banned on Twitch immediately. There's 2 minutes and this pain were really long. Hey, you gotta appreciate all of the work I put in, okay? Even if it was for 1 minute stream bit. Okay, stretchies. Oh. Okay. What else has Hitomi been reading? There was Love Me, Love My Dog. That was kind of meh. But I found out that Love Me, Love My Dog is an idiom. Because I've never heard anyone say it. But I guess this manga was titled like that because it was also sort of a pun. Because they talk about how, like, one of the characters just acts like a puppy. Okay, what else has Hitomi read recently? I read Red Theater, and it was like, so it was an interesting premise, because it was like, about, I guess, essentially, like it was like a high heels company, and the owner died, and his mother died, so the dude, like, her son took over her and started wearing high heels and everything. And was like a very interesting premise, very interesting drama. But then all of the actual character relationships made no fucking sense, and basically all of character development happened off screen, because like a chapter ended and then suddenly we have like a time skip to like 6 months later, and they have a completely different character dynamic, and there was no like nothing shown in the story that would make that character dynamic change. I don't know, it was very frustrating. Any memorable character in the BLs you read apart from the hybrid fox guy who doesn't know biology? He's not a fox. He's a cat. Memorable characters. From ones I read recently? A very memorable character was, the top from The Devil Has Allergy to Fancy, so you have a demon who is really disgusted by all cutesy stuff. So he, like, for example, you would show him like Hello Kitty and he would vomit. And the way to like protect yourself from the demon is by wearing like super cringy t-shirts. I kind of loved it because of how ridiculous it was. From recently read ones, yeah, so that. Also, when I was talking earlier about like the one where like there's an idol becoming friends with benefits with his fan / another idol, that fan, he's so funny. I fucking love him. What can I say about him? Because I'm like confused how to like explain, like, oh yeah, no, so you know how like with idols you can get like handshake events. So it's sort of like a meet and greet, but you literally like shake their hand and you have like a minute to talk to them while they're holding your hand. So this dude won a handshake event to the idol, and then he was last in line. So they just ended the event and they just started making out. And then they went back home, like to the hotel, and then they fucked. And then they finish fucking, they get dressed, and he's like, "Oh, you still haven't given me my handshake. You sucked my dick, isn't that enough? I didn't win a ticket to suck your dick. I won the handshake ticket." I love it. He's so great. Also, the first time he saw his penis, he was like, "Even his penis is cool. My favorite idol is so cool." I love it. I love him. I love that energy. What else can Hitomi tell you about? What else has Hitomi read? I don't know. Oh, my favorite ongoing comic. The first season ended, and it's gonna be like at least a year till the second season starts. And I'm so devastated. Because it was literally... It was coming out on Mondays, and it was making my Mondays way better. I want it back! I want it back! Literally, best comic ever. The funny thing was that the artist like did at the end of the season they did like a little Q&A and stuff, and one of the questions was like, what will be the rating for the next season? Because the first season was rated 15. This one is like slow burn that somehow Hitomi enjoys. Because they didn't even kiss. And yet I'm so in love with this story. And so she answered that the second season, drumroll, will also be rated 15. Which means there won't be any sex. And then she drew herself getting like hit with tomatoes and like people booing her. I like that the author is aware. I like that they're self-aware. He didn't kiss and he told me he liked it, right? No, but it's so cute and wholesome, and it's like very much shown that like the characters care for each other so much. I don't know, it's just so cute. And also like it has... Can I say that something is my favorite trope if I've only ever like read like maybe 2 stories with it because it's so niche? Can I say that's my favorite trope? Or like one of my favorite tropes? What is it, you may ask? A vampire and a human, but the vampire is the bottom. Ah! Bonus points if it's a pathetic bottom vampire. Ah! Because usually the vampire is the top. Because it's like a power imbalance thing. But if it's a pathetic little bottom who has to feed on the human top... Oh! Sorry. I got a little bit ahead of myself. What? Sorry guys, no sex in the next chapter gets sent to the guillotine. Not that niche, I actually read a Yuri that has that. Link! Title! Title right now! Title right now! I actually have not, like, I've barely read any Yuri. And I feel very bad about that. Because I want to, like, you know, read about all kinds of relationships. But, I don't know, I've been finding it hard to find a Yuri that would appeal to me. So also if there's like any viewers who are able to recommend a girl's love story, I would love that. There's a few rules though regarding what I want to read. I want to read about adults. I don't want them to be middle schoolers or high schoolers. I want them to be adults. I want them to be high school graduates. I want them to be out of school. They can be in college, uni, but don't be in high school. So I want them to be adults. And I don't want it to be super slow burn, right? Those are the 2 rules. Oh, and the 3rd rule is that it can't be literal male gaze porn. I want it to be romantic. Those are the 3 rules. It can be a comic, it can be a novel. Okay, I'm looking up Convertic Sisters. it even has an official English release. I'm looking it up, I'm looking it up. It's axed? Wait, but like... Axed in the US or in Japan? In Japan, damn. Manga set in a world where, beginning with vampires, the supernatural world has been exposed to the public. Dorothy, a member of the Red Sisters clergy group that hunts down supernatural beings, has a fateful encounter with a blood-drenched woman named Maria. Tags: big-breasted female lead, perverted female lead, shameless female lead. Stares into the camera. But so if it's acts, do they actually like get together? One thing that like I was supposed to read is Love Bullet. I heard that it's good. The art style looks nice. I heard that like there was the whole drama where it almost got cancelled and then people were like, no, we actually love Yuri, and it's sold out in Japan. So I gotta read that eventually as well. It's the reverse of a slow burn? Okay. But it's not like porn. There is story. Yeah? Okay. I'll check it out, I'll check it out. Eventually. I have so many... So... Here's a little bit of a problem. I started like opening tabs in my browser with like, oh, I want to read this later. And there's a lot of tabs. And I also used to have more tabs, but then my browser once crashed and it didn't save them properly. So they were gone. So there was a lot of things I told myself I would read, and I didn't. And then there's also a lot of things that I have bookmarked on Twitter that I will read it. And then I also have, I think, 250 Danmei novels in my plan to read. When? At this point, I think I enjoy window shopping for new series I might read more than actual reading. Regardless. Okay, drink. It's a toxic relationship, but I never get the time to reach a healthy, stable one because it got canceled. I see. Well, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm open to more recommendations. Seven Seas is publishing a baiha. So you know how like Danmei is the Chinese man-loving men novels. Baiha is like Yuri novels in China. They're publishing a one-volume story And it has a really pretty cover, and I've never read any by her, so I thought that, like, yeah, I like pre-ordered it. And I'll see if I enjoy it. It is Shansha. And I'm still not fully convinced into Shansha, or generally, like, historical settings. That's like a thing, is that I don't really like historical settings, whether they're historical fantasy or historical, like, accurate historical. I don't know. It never appeals to me. God forbid if there's like politics involved. I fall asleep. That's why people try to get me to read Changjinjo, or like the Ballad of Sword and Wine. Is that the English title? But like, that one is so politics focused that they had to make like a whole map of all of the characters and like their relations, because otherwise it's like too confusing to keep up. I don't care. You know that meme that's like, I ain't reading all that, I'm happy for you, or sorry that it happened. That's kind of how I feel with any like politics focused story. Like, good for you, moving on. I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. Hey, who dropped politics in my love story? Exactly. Like, what is their problem? Okay. And how are you guys doing this fine weekend? What were you up to? Did you read any BL maybe? By any chance maybe? Miles? I made buffalo wings? Ooh. I want some. Mmm. When was the last time I had wings? Actually, I don't remember. I'm dreading when classes start again. Oh, dude, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna talk about uni. I'm just gonna start complaining. I don't want to talk about uni. Regardless. Start uni actually in 4 weeks in. Good luck. Our like academic year starts on the 1st of October. So I'm just coming back. I don't want to write my feces. I have no idea what to write about. I don't know how. Okay, no, let's talk about something else. I'm gonna get all in my head about it. It's so stressful. On good news, Twitch told me I have officially hit a whole year of watching Hitomi! Oh, hell yeah! Congratulations on our anniversary! Gosh. Also, my sleep schedule, like, I fucked it so bad. That I got used to like napping in the middle of the day, or like in the afternoon at least, and now I don't know how to not do that. So I'm gonna have to force myself to learn how to not do that if I want to stream and not just sleep after work. Oh, you have a schedule? Okay, I have a full-time job, so I have to have a schedule so that I can wake up on time. Though I had a hilarious interaction with my manager recently where he texted me at 9:26 a.m. about, like, we were talking in the morning, right? And I'd, like, he asked me, like, a pretty, like, stupid question, right? And he knew that he was stupid and for it, and, like, he should have known it. He should have known the answer, right? And he said that it was 9:26 a.m. And he tells me, "Oh, I'm sorry. I only woke up 26 minutes ago." I'm like, you know what? I respect you for admitting that. He said that, like, whenever he has days that he works remotely, he starts at 9, his alarm is at 8:58. I respect that you're admitting that to me. I have ruined my schedule, so basically I'm an owl now. Yeah, no, literally, like, the fact that I have, like, a standard 9 to 5 is what really helps me have a schedule. Because, during that time in my life, when I didn't have school, and like, I only worked freelance, so I didn't have specific hours, I genuinely did not have a schedule, and it made me miserable. It was so bad. I eventually had to start taking, like, melatonin to be able to fall asleep at, like, a normal hour, or to fall asleep at all, because sometimes I would, like, not be, like, I would be awake for, like, 30 hours, be exhausted and not be able to fall asleep. Like, I have experiences to tell you guys to, like, be careful with your sleep schedule, because it can, like, fuck you up so much if you, like, don't take care of it at all. It's so bad. I never, like, I hope none of you ever have to experience that feeling when you've been awake for, like, 30 or 35 hours and you're exhausted and you're laying in bed and you want to fall asleep and you can't. It's just not working. You know you're so fucking exhausted and you want to sleep and you can't. Horrible feeling. Testing my limits? Don't! This isn't something you should be testing your limits for? Hello? Please take care of yourself. Hey... You got a min-max? Whoa! Whoa! What is bro training for? Oh. On accident, not stupid enough to test myself. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. What else can I tell you guys? Did I tell you guys that I have a whole spreadsheet where I track all BL releases that I'm interested in, so that I make sure that I pre-order everything in time and pay for it in time? Because there's a store I order from that lets you, like, pre-order without paying instantly, but I gotta remember to pay for it before it actually comes out. And then, you know, I just want to make sure that, like, everything is organized, because oftentimes, like, there's pre-order discounts, so you don't want to, like, forget about something and realize late, because then you have to pay, like, another $2. It's not a lot, but you'd rather, like, not pay those $2. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I have a whole spreadsheet. And min-maxing BL ordering, yeah. Okay, talk about, like, min-maxing BL ordering, whatever. There's this one Polish comic store that also, like, has connections with almost all English anime publishers. They generally ship to Europe, not just Poland, but because it's, like, because they're in Poland, and like within Poland, if you order over a specific amount, which is what, like $45 I think it is? How much is that in dollars? $55. You get free shipping. But this store is so fucking base that it lets you combine orders. So you can just do multiple orders and then mark them all as ship this with another order. And the moment that your order total gets to over that threshold, they'll ship it. Because then you qualify for the free shipping. And this is great because, as I said, there's pre-order discounts for a lot of these titles, but usually for pre-order discounts you have to pre-order months ahead, sometimes without even knowing exactly when the title will come out. So you can sort of collect these pre-orders and then they'll just package them together whenever they arrive at the same time. It's literally so based. I'm so in shock. More bulk buying for Hitomi. Well, no, this is specifically because, like, anything that isn't available on Amazon, I order with them because that lets me get free shipping. And I try not to use Amazon because I don't want Jeff Bezos to have my money. But most of my Amazon purchases comes from, like, I get as a little bonus at work, I get Amazon gift cards. So like I gotta spend them on Amazon. So then I usually just like buy books that are available on Amazon. And I don't spend much like actual money, my own money on there. Especially if they're also like, capitalism aside, they're really shit at like shipping books and even shittier at shipping pre-orders. I had a situation earlier this year. In July, I pre-ordered a title that came out in August. And then, so it came out in the first week of August. It was supposed to arrive at my house in the second week of August. And the day before the scheduled arrival, they texted me that actually, we don't have it. They emailed me that actually, we updated your planned delivery to February. What the fuck is the point of a pre-order? What the fuck is the point of a pre-order if you can't get it? You had weeks to get it and you tell me to actually February. What are you talking about? Anyway. I don't think saying I hate Amazon is a hot take. Ma'am, you have bought an order of books past the $55 limit. We have suspicions you are doing something illegal. Show us your book collection. Her BL levels are over $45. Mayor just woke up and saw the message that like Metal complimented their work, and Mayor just texted, "Stop, I'll come." I love Mayoru. They're so special. Anyway, what were we talking about? don't know why I blinked. I think my brain just like reset for a moment. Me for gore, yeah. Well, this is awkward. This is why, like, the real reason I'm like envious of people who are like bigger streamers than me. It's not because like I want to be famous or whatever. It's because I want chat to be talking a lot, so I always have something to respond to and don't have to think about conversation topics myself. Ahaha. People don't realize how much easier it is to upkeep conversation when you have a super active chat. Which, like, by the way, I'm not trying to say that, like, oh, if you're lurking, it's bad or whatever. Enjoy the stream however way you want. If you want to yap to me, go on. If you want to just, like, put me on your 4th monitor and forget about me, that would make me a little bit sad. But I'm glad you're still here. Regardless, you know, it is easier to upkeep conversation if you don't have to come up with topics yourself, but you just respond to people. Hitomi calling me out. Oh my god, look, a lurker! God, someone is gonna, like, take this out of context, and I'm gonna get cancelled. Ah! No, don't cancel me. I have so much BL to live for. No, but lurkers are appreciated always. Always. I appreciate anyone who feels like opening my stream is worth it. Even just for a minute. Oh, hiccup. But I did run out of topics. Quick, you told me think of a BL. The music and it was the same from the showcase. Yeah! Because I didn't know what else to play. It doesn't even loop properly, but I hope that's not, like, a problem. I thought it was a nice song for the showcase, though. Because it, like, starts chill and then, like, has more, like, upbeat moments. It's nice. Yeah. The dynamic highlights are still so cool. Hey. Hey. Speaking of music, how's your progress with learning music resonant style? What do you mean learning music? Like when I was like learning like mixing and stuff for like song covers? Is that what you mean? I'm just like, just clarifying. Yeah, so I was focusing on rigging the model, and so I could apply for the Life to the Awards, even though I'm still a little bit sad that it ended up with just the head and not the whole body, because I couldn't work that much. So I haven't really been working on like song covers much. It's been very, very slow progress. It's still fun. And there are some like group covers that are gonna be coming out that I like sang for or helped with, but I haven't like done everything for. But I haven't been working a whole lot on like my own solo stuff because there hasn't been time, hasn't been energy to do it, honestly, to be perfectly honest. Like there's a cover I have mixed already, but I don't have the art and the music video done. Like I haven't even finished the art, so I didn't start the music video. I was thinking of maybe like, because there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of like, especially on like the Japanese side of YouTube, where there's a lot of otaitas or like just cover artists who just have like a static image and maybe the lyrics going on screen and not a fancy music video. And I wonder if maybe I should just do more of that instead of trying to like make a whole fancy thing. But I also like, I don't know, because obviously I want to do everything to make sure that it gets views. It would be nice if things got views. So I'm always like, well, if I like put out something that's half-assed, people are not gonna watch it. And even though it's music, and I know, like, I don't know. That. Much anxiety, you know? I think the worst thing is when you like overthink to the point that you end up not doing anything. I'm very guilty of that. Where I just like overthink that like, oh, it's not gonna be good enough, or like I have to do all of this, or like especially like overthink to the point where I'm like, well, I have to do this and this and this and this and this, and if I don't do all of it, then like it's basically pointless. But then I like get overwhelmed that like, oh, I have to do so many things, and then I don't do anything. And then cool. I hereby declare that I, Hitomi, read yaoi. Did you really need to do a redeem for that? Hello, don't know how I got here. If you were watching Ambrose earlier, he raided into me. So maybe from that. If you don't remember clicking on my stream, that's probably how you got here. But hi, welcome. Congrats on the new model, thank you. In my opinion, something similar to your cover art of Yo-Yo Rashida's, it was more than enough for a cover, but it's my preference. I see. I felt like that one was okay-ish, it wasn't like good. The problem is that like, you know, I don't want to spend money on commissioning art because I'm not gonna make back that money from the cover, so I have to like force myself to draw, but I'm horrible at drawing, so it takes a long time and leaves a mediocre result. Hi Tags, welcome. How have you been? I don't remember how I got your eater. It was just a big BL blur. Hey, you can't spell blur without BL, eh? It doesn't mean anything, but I just noticed it. Mostly good, how have you been? Chilling. Trying to relax and not do a million things at once. Which has, like, I don't know, maybe I am a workaholic without realizing. Static image is fine, but going above and beyond the whole video for Henceforth was good as well. Well, I don't regret doing all of that for Henceforth because I had such a great time working on it. It was my first time doing doing a more complex video, a music video, and it was like, I don't know, I was like hyper focused because I did that music video in 2 days, including all the time it took to even learn how to animate in After Effects, how to do stuff, to find the stock footage that I'm using, like all the videos and everything. I like speedrun that in 2 days, including that one of those days was a Monday, so I was working. I speedran it. I think I worked like 15 hours in 2 days because I was so hyper focused. So I was happy with that, and I liked it. But yeah, I don't know, because ever since I started like working with After Effects, I've been watching like music videos with more like attention to like the details of like all of the motion design, and I've been trying to like be like, oh, this looks cool, maybe I can use this for this and this song that I plan to do and things like that. But like I feel like I just need way more practice, because even if I know how to do a lot of things from the technical standpoint, what I lack is being able to just come up with original ideas for like what kind of like motion or what kind of scenes I want to have in the video, like for specific parts of the song and things like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's why like I also like I'm just trying to chill with it and do song covers and music videos that I enjoy, so that I don't burn out. Especially that, like, you know, if I was like a popular creator and these covers were getting like 50,000, 100,000 views, then I would be like, yeah, I should be pumping those out and I should be like working hard and everything. But because like they don't really get much views, I can kind of just like do it for my own enjoyment. Maybe one day one of them will do good and I'll be happy. But for now, if I just do something that like I upload and I'm like, yeah, I'm proud of this, I think that's good enough. Yeah. At least that's how I feel about it. Too bad I don't get a lot of views within the year, Gray. Thank you! Thank you. Yeah. I mainly like... I wish the Nisakao one got more views, because that one was genuinely like hard to do from the musical standpoint. Because the music video is like alright, but the like mixing for it and like the like splicing that you had to do and everything, it was a lot of work. And I really, really like that song, and I wish it got a little bit more attention, but it didn't. It kind of feels weird that like the cover that like musically I'm the most proud of is the one that's the least popular. But I assume it's part of it is just because it's a less known song. All three songs are very, very popular and very known, but Nisakao is less known than the other two. Unfortunately, because it's a great song. Drink. I love when like my whole model shakes when like my face gets covered by like a bottle. Sadly, there has not been a good fix for that as far as I know. That song is gonna be stuck in my head for another month. Noted model hates water bottles. The iPhone hates water bottles. But yeah, I'm just thinking sort of what my plan is for this upcoming week. Because I'm probably gonna like play maybe tomorrow or on Tuesday. I'll try out the Atelier Wrestleriana and see if I like it. It's nice. And then Mhm. Oh, they're doing like a remake of Atelier Ryza, huh? I didn't know about that. I'm just like looking at like Steam right now. I need to play more Atelier games. Because they're fun. Like I really enjoyed Atelier Sophie back in the day. Also, I have like, this makes me think that like, since I haven't been playing games, I have no clue what like things have been coming out lately. Is there anything cool that came out recently or is coming out soon? Aside from Silent Hill F, because for obvious reasons I'm not playing that. By the way, I don't know if this is really like the best audience to answer this question, but because I haven't played Silent Hill F and I haven't even watched people play it. But a lot of people on Twitter, there's a guy in a fox mask from that game. And people keep on drawing him getting impregnated by the main character. And I really want to know the context of that. Like, either it's just like people being like super obsessed with him and thinking that he's a super cool guy, or it's literally, I've seen multiple artists draw pregnant fan art of him. And I just want to know, where does that come from? Because if it was like one or two artists, I would be like, oh, okay, it's just like a fetish thing for that specific person. But it's a little bit more widespread. So like, is there something in the game, the story, that would like cause that? Like I'm genuinely confused. Like, Hitomi, have you been catching up with To Be Hero X? I am behind. I'm sorry. I gotta admit, I'm behind. I haven't been watching stuff much. I've mainly just been reading. I have no clue. I'll watch the game and see maybe say it on Discord. Yeah, if anyone finds out, let me know. But yeah, like I realized that I have no clue what's been like coming out game-wise lately. What games do people play? I'm so like, apparently there's a Steam Autumn sale. I didn't know that. There's literally been like in July, August, and September. Okay, so basically, in August and September, I've only played Uma Musume and no other games, and even that, I've been playing it very casually. And in July, there was one game that I played quite a bit, for like a few hours, because like I was really excited when it finally came out, because I really liked the demo. Let me do a little influencer Tomi. And this is, if you guys like roguelites, and you like tower defense, I guess, in a way. It's a really, really well-made game. It's really fun. I really recommend it. And it's also pretty cheap. So, like, there's no reason not to get it. There's also a demo, I think. I think the demo is still available, is it? Is it not? Oh, maybe it's not. Because it had a demo during Steam Next Fest a few months ago. And the demo was so crazy because, like, you could easily have hundreds of hours in the demo. Because the demo was basically fully playable. It was just, it didn't have all of the, like, roguelite elements. So you weren't, like, getting upgrades with every next run. But, like, you did, you know, you had the knowledge. You upgraded yourself by like playing more and more and learning more about the game. So it was still like so interesting and like so intriguing even at the demo. Games so far: Silent Hill app, a new Digimon game. Oh, I didn't know that. Let's. Oh, 2 days ago. Digimon Storytime Stranger. I see. I still have never played a Digimon game. Silk Song came and went. Yeah, I know. Everyone was talking about that. Not my kind of game, though. So I don't give a fuck. New Sonic Racing, Marvel Rivals. Oh yeah, Monster Hunter had a collab with Final Fantasy. Yeah, I haven't played Monster Hunter. Even like, I only played in the first month. It was fun, and I stopped playing games. Yeah. I think, since I've been like reading a lot, even if I play games, I'm gonna be way more focused on like story-based games. But like that always, like streaming story-based games always worries me because there's always that like, that people will not want to watch if they haven't been there from the beginning. Because they're like missing the context or whatever, you know? But like, I don't know. Including grinding Warframe and Marvel Rivals comps, I have no clue what's coming out. That's fair. No, that's fair. Wait, Metal, were you... You weren't in the Discord? This whole time? Just saw you join. Did you have to like get to the 1-year anniversary? And then you allowed yourself to join? Or was it like a test period? Like, okay, I still care about this bitch after a year, so maybe I'll join the Discord. Oh, did you? Okay. Okay, I forgot about that, sorry. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that's why I was confused. Like, I was like, huh? And I even like looked up, like, maybe you like left and came back, so I looked up like your history. Like message history, but I didn't consider this a new account. Figure out how to re-download. Wait! So it wasn't just your account getting hijacked, you actually got a virus? Ooh. Ooh. And they're done that. I've never gotten a virus. Not that I know of. There is the possibility that there's just someone spying on me and I don't know. But as far as I know, I've never gotten a virus. Yippee! I mean, like, there were situations where, like, I downloaded a virus, but, like, I deleted it before it, like, because I realized it before it did everything, but... anything.
Woof woof bark bark, she looks like a snack, it's Hitomi 5 pop.
Thank you, Mooney! Thank you for the resub, I really appreciate it! Hi! How are you doing? Woof woof bark bark. I've never gotten a virus, but my gamer race champ got the better of my laptop hard drive. Hello? Did you like hit your laptop or what? That's crazy. Wow, I sure love when I rage at a game, so what I do is I close it. Did you guys know that that's allowed? That when you're not enjoying something, you can just stop? Shocking. I say that, but I've actually, like, there's been this novel, this Dame novel that, like, I want to finish, but I fucking it bothers me so much. I don't enjoy it, and I've been like forcing myself to read it instead of reading anything else. And then I started reading and like gave up and started reading something that I enjoy, and suddenly I was reading way more pages a day. How shocking. Suddenly I wasn't constantly getting distracted and wanting to just scroll Twitter. How shocking. Slept for 3 hours, woke up to the news of your comeback, and now I'm happy. Yeah! Hitomi comeback! Holy shit! You thought you could get rid of me, and yet I'm back! Now you have to listen to me talk about yaoi again! God. Unreal. I also had to download Windows when I built my PC. Yeah. That's usually how it works. Almost felt like I was hearing your voice for a time. Almost like beats if it used to be a bluebird. I'm still just playing with like the model mouth. It's funny. I had a nickel for every time I had to download Windows. I would have 2 nickels. There's not a lot. It's weird it happened twice. No, I don't think 2 times downloading Windows is that many. I think that's a pretty standard number of downloading Windows in your lifetime. Oh my god, Gmail has a new update where it makes a separate inbox for purchases, so I can get all of my receipt for your payment to something filtered out. If only it would also filter them out of the main inbox. If only. Like, you can already do that, but like, why do they still show in my main inbox? I don't need it. If you consider the amount of people that build their own PC, it's a lot. It's still a minority of the population. I mean, I guess. I've only ever downloaded Windows once, I think. And it was when I was building the PC, so... I guess. I guess. For me to download Windows on a fresh install was so hard for me. I'm a potato at computer, so I had to reset. If you're doing a completely fresh install without like needing to like install from a backup or anything, it's not that hard. Come on. I don't know. Maybe I'm just I guess I am better than average computers, but like, it doesn't feel that hard. It broke the only functioning Windows device. To be fair, it is like way more scary when you like cannot use your computer to Google stuff because it has to be turned off so you can fix your computer. Yeah, you can use your phone, but it's fucking harder. God. I remember when I got my new RAM and it turned out that it didn't properly fit and I had crazy panic and I had to like rebuild half of my PC. Basically, like I moved so much stuff inside to be able to fit my RAM in. And we tried like multiple different configurations. I also had situations where my computer turned off multiple times after I swapped the RAM, or I swapped like, because first it was overheating and I had to like swap the swap around where the fans were, and then it broke again, and I learned that you have to change some settings whenever you swap RAM to a different that has to a RAM that has different speed, because you know how like most motherboards now have like a little thing that automatically loads your RAM settings for you, so you don't have to manually put in all those like magical numbers in. Turns out when you swap your memory, it doesn't do that automatically. So the reason why my computer was crashing is because it was still running on the old memory numbers. And what I had to do is I had to turn off the thing that automatically matches the numbers and turn it on again so that it would load the numbers for my new memory sticks. No one told me that would be the case. I thought it would just know. I thought it would just realize that there's new ones. But no, apparently it doesn't work that way. You have to turn it off and turn it on again, which seems to be a very common solution, huh? XMP Expo. Yeah, I kept on forgetting what term was. Yeah, XMP. It just didn't load the numbers when I put in the new memory sticks, and I only realized after my computer crashed like 4 times that I had to go back, turn off XMP, turn it on again, and then it loaded the proper profile for the new sticks. My lovely partner bought me a new graphics card and proceeded to not be able to get it to work. He thought that a red light meant it was connected, so he decided to completely turn off the integrated graphics card. You know what a computer shows about a working graphics card? Yep, nothing. Okay, let's go back. What do you mean he thought that a red light meant that it worked? Like, let's think. Let's think. My computer doesn't even have an integrated graphics. Doesn't have integrated graphics. So if my GPU fails, I'm fucked. Isn't that great? But at the same time, like if you're building your PC and you know that you need like a dedicated GPU, there's like no point in getting a CPU with integrated graphics, because realistically, it just causes more issues. Like, if you have more than one graphics card, so for example, if you have a dedicated GPU and have integrated graphics, you risk that a program will run using the wrong GPU. If you don't have integrated graphics, you don't have to worry about that. Isn't that great? game. Isn't it funny that I got that fancy new GPU, played Monster Hunter, and then never needed it again? Okay, it was helpful when I was rendering After Effects videos as well. It helped there too. I want to eventually upgrade my my CPU, mainly so that Live 2D and After Effects works better. But I just... Money. So I would also need to upgrade my motherboard, and it's just... I don't really feel like spending all that. Eh. Okay. I think we'll be stopping here for today. It was a nice debut. I like talking to you guys. I'll come back maybe tomorrow to play Atelier Wrestleriana. And I hope that will be fun. Yippee! Hitomi is back! Yippee! Everyone say yippee in chat. Be happy! Yippee! Yippee! Scared yippee. Yeah! You better fucking yippee when I tell you to yippee. Thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up, even though this was so not properly planned. What? I think I told you guys that this would happen, like... What was it, like 2 hours before it happened? 1 hour before it happened? So... Okay. Are any friends streaming? Quickly checking. Oh, we can raid Motto. They're showing Silent Hill, so I'm gonna, like, raid and immediately disappear. For those who are watching on YouTube, you can join us over on Twitch. We're raiding a homie, Mumumaru. Thanks everyone again for hanging out today. I'll see you guys again, hopefully maybe tomorrow. As I said, I'm not gonna be doing like proper schedules in October. So we're gonna be doing guerrilla streaming for the next 2 weeks. Then I'm on vacation for 2 weeks, and then from November I will try to go back to proper scheduled streaming and be organized. Haha. Thanks everyone. See you guys next time. Bye bye.